Hi, guys. So, welcome to another Future Occasions Wisdom Wednesday. I want to thank you for watching, for sharing, for commenting, for subscribing. I really appreciate what you're doing, and I'm really excited again. And my famous word is excitement because I get excited when I'm talking about events. I'm seeing people, I'm talking to people. This is my way of sharing. This episode I'm even more excited about is the kickoff to the series Real Talk. Okay, so I'm excited about that. So I'm looking forward to it. So right now I have with me my colleagues in the industry, and this is really exciting because I don't know how often wedding planners and event planners get together and we talk. Okay, so this is going to be a first time for me. I mean, I talk to Samantha a lot, but we're going to catch up right now. So I want to introduce you to my special guest, and I'm really excited about having them here. So, and I'm going to go in alphabetical order. I have Josie from Enchanted Everafter. Okay, event. She's the owner and a professional wedding planner from the Association of Bridal Consultant, and also certified with WePick. And then I have my good friend, I have Samantha Nicole. And Samantha is the owner and I guess consultant,
Yeah.
consultant, right? Consultant for your main event. And welcome, guys. I'm really happy to have you guys here.
Thank
Thank you,
you. Thank
Janice.
you.
Thank you,
Oh,
Janice.
this is awesome. Josie, if I can share a little bit, I'm going to share a little bit about how when we met.
Yes,
I think we met in 2010 when we went to the ABC conference
that's right. It was
in
back.
Denver.
Yes.
That's right. We shared a room. I remember I just finished my course. I think she finished her course too, and we got that free 3 months of membership, and then we eventually joined. Right? We were really nervous. I think we were the most nervous people there because this was new for us. So we stepped into it, and here we are again. And Samantha, I'm trying to remember when I met you. I know I was transitioning from one decorator to you, but I can't remember how I met you, if it was at a bridal show or where, and we just clicked.
Yeah, I think if I recall, you actually reached out to me about doing some decoration, how we can kind of collaborate. You being a planner at the time, and I was doing a bit of decorating. So I had found my information website, and that's when we linked up after that. So, and then from then we've met at a few bridal shows since then.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I don't even know if you remember that. I've been in your kitchen, I've been in your living room, I have
yes,
hung with you for a bit.
which was great, which was
Which
really
is
good.
great. And,
Yeah,
for Josie, we actually shared a room.
We
So
did.
we're all connected.
that's
So I'm
good.
looking for, yeah,
It
this
was
is really
great.
often, and I'm really happy to be doing this. So let's start it off. Um, let's give our audience a bit of knowledge about you, because this is really about them getting to know you, and to know that we're still out there and we're still in business, willing to step out and work for them. So let's start with you, Josie. Just share a little bit about yourself, and then we'll move over to Sam.
My name is Josie Cocha. Thank you, Janice, again for having me here today. And I'm the owner and lead planner of Enchanted Ever After Weddings and Events. And it's a wedding and event planning company. And I offer different levels of services from consulting, partial to full planning, and wedding day management for both weddings and
Yeah.
social events. And I started my company in 2012.
Oh,
2012.
oh, okay.
And but I did a bit of relaunching, a bit of rebranding in 2017, and that's when things started to pick up for me.
Oh, awesome, awesome, great. And you, Sam?
Sorry. So, Janice, before I even go any further, I want to really thank you, and I admire who you are been in the industry longer than me, and you taught me a lot, you know, and I want to thank you for reaching out to me.
Oh, thank you.
Gosh, it's probably over 10 years now. But thank you for including me in all you know, the events that you've done over the years. You've been very successful and you're good at what you do, you know, so I just wanted to throw that out there.
Oh, thank you for throwing it. I'm catching it.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
good. So yeah, so Samantha Nicole, owner of Your Main Event. I've been in business since 2008.
Hmm.
Very new to being in Canada. Got here in 2006,
Wow.
and my journey in England. I used to work for Coca-Cola, done all their events, but you know we didn't get paid for it. It was just part of the job description.
Yeah.
But it was something that came very natural to me. Moving to Canada, you know, I went for an interview with Coca-Cola. Said to myself, I don't want to work with anyone anymore. You know, I wanted to do something that made me happy, my
Yeah.
passion. So I reached out to a company called Sweet Beginnings.
Hmm.
They used to be based in Vancouver, and they were a franchise. I've never seen an event planning company that was a franchise. So again, didn't have any much links over here, so it was the easiest option. They were already set up. So I
Hmm.
was with them for 2 years and branched out after that, being to Toronto because the market was very different in Vancouver and being here. But decided to go on my own, find a great team of people, and just went for my passion, you know. So
Hmm.
started off with doing decoration. I had a few links with like hotels, banquet halls, etc. And it really, really, I was very fortunate to know a lot of people at the time in the industry, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So since then, you know, get involved with corporate weddings, parties, and you know, I ended up being a planner
Yes.
on some of the days I was working. So it made sense to kind of, you know, learn a bit about what planning was all about. And again, it tied in with me training for traveling as well. So yeah, and
Yeah.
then
And
here
we're
I
going to
am
talk.
today.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that as well. Josie, what made you get into planning?
Well, it's been a passion of mine ever since I was a little girl.
Wow. Okay.
I know as little girls, we often dream of getting married.
Uh-huh.
With me, it was more planning a wedding. You know, I went to a
Yeah.
lot of weddings as a child with my parents.
Hmm.
And when I'd get home, I had a notebook and I'd write down everything that I liked about the wedding, all the details, what I liked, what I didn't like. And I just had a passion for it. I especially like I paid attention to all the details.
Details.
I just
Yeah.
love that. And it stayed with me. It stayed with
Hmm.
me. And before I started my own business, I did a lot of corporate and government meeting and event planning. And then, as Samantha said, it came a time where I said, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to
Yeah.
follow
Yeah.
my passion and just, get out on my own and start doing this. Yeah.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
awesome. That is awesome.
So
Uh,
it's,
yeah, definitely. And both of you, I know Samantha started in 2008. You started in 2012. I
yes.
started in 2002, but my training came afterward. Like was very hands-on, working at a public relations company, and they were doing so many events, and I just loved it. And so that's how I got started. And then later on, meeting you guys. And actually, when we started, there weren't that many people
No,
in the
No,
industry.
no,
The
that's
no,
true.
competition was so slim, and
yeah.
now it's a full blown industry. How has that affected you? And I'm going to start with Sam. How do you balance that, having the amount of competition we have now?
Yeah, that's a great question. Definitely different times for the industry that we're in. And like you said, everybody wants to become a planner.
Mhm.
And what happens over a period of time, it's almost like insurance or a house. After a particular amount of time, you have to kind of renew, let people
Mhm.
know who you are, because especially, well, my age, you
And
have
what
all
is
these,
that? 25?
I know. And being around in the industry for so long, you become like, you know, the original like queen or someone
Mhm.
who started that, you know what it's all about. And then you have all these fresh young people coming in the industry, and they're on the ball with like the social media. They're just, they have the energy, and you almost like set yourself back in time a little bit, because like, oh my goodness, how are you going to compete now?
Yeah.
Especially in the areas where you live. It's so condensed to where I live. Like, I looked at one time at the Google, and I'm like, my goodness, the amount of event planners.
Yeah.
And then I had to kind of refigure, where do I go from here? How am I gonna be able to set myself apart from everyone else?
Yeah.
That and I wasn't trying to be this, elaborate event where, I'm the best of the best. I wanted to make sure that, my voice is still being heard, people still saw me, and appreciated, the hard work you've put in over the years,
Yeah.
versus somebody who's come onto the scene,
Yeah.
they kind of lowball,
Yeah.
how they do their work. So it's been a challenging, but we can talk about, how I've
Yeah.
done
We'll
it in
talk about that. Yeah. We'll talk
yeah.
about that later. How about you, Josie?
I agree with a lot of what Samantha is saying, and it's a saturated market out there, and keeping yourself relevant and in the spotlight, and I think continuing to showcase what you've done, and what you can offer your clients and couples, and I think education, keeping up with education is very helpful. As Samantha was saying, a lot of the younger planners with social media, they're just complete whizzes at that.
Yeah.
So I think just keeping up with the times, and continuing to speak to your ideal clients and couples, and putting yourself out there. Continue
Yeah.
to always put yourself out there, and education, always
I,
learning.
yeah, as you're talking about education, and both of you guys mentioned it, I want to do a shout out, like do a little tidbit, because Samantha, are you certified under WePick as well?
I'm,
WePat?
I'm no, I wasn't. No, I
Okay.
was, because with the franchise, we got a certificate at the end of our training.
Okay. Okay.
So I have a
Yeah.
certificate as a planner with Sweet Beginnings. And then recently, in the last year, I joined Whipper. I'm not sure if you're familiar with
No, I
Whipper.
never whip her. You heard of whip her.
Yeah.
Okay. And so there's WePick, which is Wedding Planners
Institute of Canada.
Institute of Canada, and there's ABC, right? So ABC is also right. So how have they helped you? Because I know when I joined ABC, the Association of Bridal Consultant, I earned a wealth of knowledge. It was good to be able to the camaraderie between you and other wedding planners, the ideas that they give you. So how have that helped you? Let's go to Josie. How have that helped you a lot in terms of your business?
Oh, it's helped me very much, just to stay motivated, to stay motivated,
Yeah.
inspired, and to listen to all the other wedding planners, like the accredited wedding planners and the master wedding planners with the Association of Bridal Consultants. And they hold a lot of webinars. And in addition, like to the conferences that they have every year, this year, although it's been postponed to next year,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of COVID. And just keeping in touch, and everybody sharing their experiences, and like their business experiences, like what they've learned, and so that's helped me. That's helped me to stay inspired and motivated. And it's the
Yeah.
same with the Wedding Planners Institute of Canada. Just constantly keeping in touch with other wedding planners, and learning from each other.
Is
Learning
it the
from each
same
other.
with
And I find that helps me quite a bit.
yeah? Is it the same with WePick?
Yes,
Yeah. So okay.
yes.
And are you still in contact with Sweet Beginnings, Sam?
Well, they saturated. They no
Okay.
longer in business.
Okay.
So that's probably about 5-6 years ago. They actually
Okay.
shut down. But then I heard about so Whipper is similar to WePick.
Okay.
So
Okay.
same as you, Josie, they have the platform where you can have the seminars, you can go to the States and sit down with some of the top event planners and
Oh.
stuff, and it definitely has helped. And I think for me it was more, I learned from people like you, to be
Oh
honest.
wow. Oh,
I think
wow.
for me, I was more of a hands-on person. So it was
Mm-hmm.
good to speak to somebody in the natural who, who went through it all,
Mm-hmm.
versus, going to like top seminars or sitting down and listening to guest speakers, etc.
Yeah, some of
And
us
my
learn that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So and just going to networking. That's how I
Mm-hmm.
that's how I learned,
Yeah,
So it made
yeah.
a difference for me.
So where do you guys do most of your work? Do you guys travel? This is where you guys going to talk about your traveling destinations and stuff. So where do you do most of your work? Whichever one of you guys can start first.
For me, it's still the Greater Toronto area. I haven't
Okay.
done any traveling yet, but
Hmm.
maybe in the future we'll see. But for now, it's still Greater Toronto area.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Sam?
Yeah, mainly Greater Toronto area, but I've had the privilege over the years to go to certain parts of the West Indies, the
Hmm.
States, and different parts of Canada. And that being said, over the years, you get recognized, and I got into a lot of corporate. So one or two of my
Hmm.
corporate accounts would travel for their conferences. So
Oh, awesome.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really, yeah, the destination part of it. Um, Yeah, that's really exciting. You're going into another country, somebody's taking you, like you feel really special that they take you across with them. The Caribbean is the best because you want the nice weather. The beach. I mean, I'm a winter person. I love the outdoors in the winter. I
Yeah.
mean, the skiing, the skating. I mean, I haven't done them in a while, but I really like doing those things and stuff. So yeah, most of our work is here, and yes, the competition is high, and just trying to be different and go above and beyond so you can stand out. Um, is there a particular event that you guys like, and why? So, Josie, let's start.
Well, when it comes to weddings, and with everything that's happening these days, there's a return to this, the smaller, more intimate weddings.
Okay, yeah.
I really, I really like those, and not that the larger weddings aren't nice. They are. They're all beautiful. They're all beautiful celebrations. But there's
Hmm.
a warmth and intimacy to the smaller gatherings that I really like.
Okay, so you're in the perfect time for that, actually.
Yes.
Awesome, yeah. Sam?
One of my favorite is actually it's one of my corporate events. So
Hmm.
they're called Seasons Retirement. They're based in Oakville, and I used to do all the events at Hockley Valley.
Oh, yeah.
And that was like a little retreat in itself in
Hmm.
Orangeville. Very nice atmosphere for the location, but they grew,
Yeah.
so they could no longer hold their events in Hockley Valley. And we used to get emails saying, we're thinking of going to Whistler. Oh my goodness. It was the most incredible experience
Yeah.
going, like as you said, Janice, feeling special, Jose, like just feeling special that okay, they picked you
Hmm.
and you're looking after everything.
Yes.
So from the guest speakers to the decor, everything, the whole, but the atmosphere was different and you become family after a while.
Yes.
Especially if you worked year after year and they come up with different themes,
Yeah.
So I was in Whistler. We stayed actually Banff. We stayed at Le Chateau.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it was such an amazing experience, and I was able to bring two of my assistants who work with me.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's
Those are
all
the
paid
best.
for on top
Yeah.
of them having a healthy budget. So that was one of my favorite.
Yeah, yeah. I would say one of my favorite events is planning weddings. I love to the planning side of it, and I think I've said that to you, Samantha, one time. The planning side of it, I love putting the pieces together. Right, the
Yeah.
on-site, my assistants can do it, whatever. I can come out and schmooze or whatever, but I love putting the pieces together. That's my favorite thing with any event, but I love weddings. I love weddings, although I do any type of event, but wedding is it. Um, what are some of the, what's a favorite location for that you've been to, whether it's in the Greater Toronto area or you're doing a destination. What's one of the favorite places that you've been?
Wow. There are a lot of beautiful venues in.
Yeah.
One wedding that I did was at a theater downtown, a streetcar crow's nest theater, and it was beautiful, beautiful backdrop. It was all like black bricks,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Wow.
you can do yeah, you can do a lot of beautiful decorating, and the wedding was quite lovely. They everything was in white. Everything was in
Oh,
white. The tables,
nice.
the
Yeah.
chairs, the linens, and you know the backdrop. So against the the black the bricks of the theater was quite lovely. It was quite stunning. Yeah, so
Oh,
that was one
awesome.
of
It
my favorite
sounds,
places. Yes,
yeah, it
something
sounds
a little different.
amazing.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What
Wow.
about you? Yeah.
Laughing Waters. So Laughing Waters in Ocherius, Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's blank canvas,
Yeah.
but it's like an old historic home that they have on
Mm-hmm.
the almost like a plantation, but it where they keep the ceremonies overlooking the sea,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it's
Sounds beautiful.
oh my goodness, absolutely. So the backdrop itself spoke for itself,
Volume.
but
Yeah.
it's been a winner over the years with that particular destination place to
Mm-hmm.
have your wedding. So yeah,
Oh,
that
that's
was fun.
beautiful.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that is
That was
beautiful.
fun.
I can picture a beach wedding anywhere. Yeah,
Oh
anywhere
my goodness,
destination.
it is.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I love you spoke of Hockley Valley. I love weddings at Hockley Valley. I think they're so actually anywhere near the water, because even the
Yes.
waterside inn, although it's a brick and mortar, just the
The
surroundings, like it's
surroundings.
so beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, Palais Royal is one of the ones I
Palais
like as
Royal.
well. Yes, in the area. Love those. So those are some beautiful venues and stuff. And this last few, actually this year, I'm discovering even more venues that are really amazing. And, that the owners are really putting an effort into it, especially to create something outdoors. So yeah, I've seen some beautiful weddings.